Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Robert with McDougall Insurance here in Norman. And what I'm going to go over today is basically if you are a person who is coming into the age of Medicare, so you're turning 65 and you're by default going to get the Medicare benefits, this video is for you because I'm going to give you a little bit of insight on what to consider when looking at additional options outside of just original Medicare. So it's a confusing subject because a lot of people don't know a lot about Medicare, insurance in general, they don't know a lot about, but this will give you a little bit of insight of what to expect and what to look for when going into Medicare. So having said that, stick around, be right back. Okay, so here you are, you're turning 65 or whatever the case may be, and you're going on to Medicare. Now, this is more so for someone who is turning 65 or aging into Medicare versus someone who's getting on Medicare via disability, okay? There's two ways to get on Medicare. One is you age in at 65. Two is you are disabled for 24 months, meaning you collect Social Security income for disability for 24 months. Then you're entitled to Medicare, okay? I'm talking about the individuals who are going into Medicare as they age. You're probably going to ask yourself, okay, so I've got original Medicare, but they're telling me I need to get a Part D. What's Part D? Part D is prescription drug coverage, okay? And you want to get that, even if you're not taking any medications, you want to take a prescription drug plan out because it voids you of a penalty that you would incur every month that you were eligible for a prescription plan, but you never took one, okay? So there's a penalty that's associated with not taking out a prescription plan that could come back to bite you later on in the future if you ever do take out a prescription drug plan. So Part D is your prescriptions, and you're going to want to make sure and get a plan just to avoid the penalty. Now if you're like tribal or veteran to where you get VA benefits or something like that, you're not susceptible to the penalty because you have creditable coverage elsewhere getting your medications, okay? So you wouldn't be hit, or those people wouldn't be hit with a penalty for not having a prescription drug plan because they have creditable coverage in theory. So when you turn 65 or when you go into Medicare, you're going to get solicitations from all different companies, right? Well, you're going to get solicitations on things like supplements, Medicare Advantage, Medicare prescription drug plans. You're probably going to get life insurance solicitations as well. Here's the big thing to understand. A Medicare supplement and a Medicare Advantage are two totally different things, okay? And they ride with your Medicare. So whether you go one way or the other, you don't actually lose original Medicare, all right? But you are adding on to your coverage via original Medicare. Now a supplement or a Medigap policy is something that's going to have a premium, which is like a monthly payment, and it's going to vary depending on which plan you go with. So supplements have alphabetical letters, like most popular right now is plan G. Used to be most popular was plan F, right? Those plans have certain coverage, but they also have a premium tied to that because they do give you good coverage in the event that something happens. So with you paying a premium up front, you're kind of putting your money up front assuming something would happen or insuring against something happening, and then if nothing happens, you don't use your insurance, right? So a supplement's good if you use it. The thing with insurance is we don't know when we will or won't use it, okay? So supplements are good if you're going to the doctor, hospital, or if health is really a concern, which I know at 65 it is, right? But if health is really an issue, supplements are the way to go, because that is going to allow you to, turning 65 is going to give you an open window for no underwriting, right? So you can get in there and you can get on whatever plan you want, regardless of your health condition, okay? That's an open enrollment period for turning 65, or getting on Medicare. Now, that's a Medicare supplement. It has a premium, typically provides a lot of coverage on top of your A and B. It does not provide a prescription drug plan. So you have to go and get that individually on its own, right? Flip all that over and we go to a Medicare Advantage plan. And you hear a lot about these in like October, November, December, pretty much year round. What Medicare Advantage plans do is they're offered by private companies, and basically if an individual goes with a Medicare Advantage plan with company XYZ, they are handing off the administrative duties to that company versus Medicare, the federal entity. So instead of the doctors or hospitals billing Medicare, they would actually bill the company that you have your Medicare Advantage plan with. Hence the in-network, out-of-network, HMO, PPO, PFFSs, all those sort of things. All those different Medicare Advantage products that are network-based, okay? The beauty of a Medicare Advantage plan is you don't have to pay, you typically don't pay much for it, if anything, as far as a premium goes. The downside to a Medicare Advantage plan is the more you use it, in the event that you have an unhealthy year or just event of unhealthy circumstances, you're going to come out of pocket more. Okay, so you don't have a monthly premium, but if you go to the hospital for 3 or 4 days, you're going to have a copayment that's bigger than what it would have been had you had a supplement. Now, who knows if you'd have went to the hospital? We don't know. Just saying that if you're turning 65 and you're not in the best of health, you probably want to look towards a supplement, because it might be the only chance you have to get one. If you're turning 65 and getting on Medicare and you're in good health, you might look at a Medicare Advantage. It's going to give you low premium. It's going to give you additional benefits that you don't have with original Medicare. It's likely going to provide you a prescription drug plan. It's going to do a lot of things for you that original Medicare won't. It just really depends on your situation and what you're comfortable with, okay? Some people don't go to the doctor, but they have it in the back of their mind that what if? So they want to buy, and they have the budget for, something like a supplement, right? Because it just gives them better coverage as far as financial coverage. Less exposure in the event that something happens. Whereas a Medicare Advantage plan is the opposite. So they have their pros, they have their cons. You don't have to go either way when you come into original Medicare, but just understand that original Medicare, just the red, white, and blue A and B card, that has 20% that you're responsible for. So they pay 80, as in Medicare, and you're responsible for 20%. Well, there's no cap on that 20%. So with original Medicare, it could go and go and go and go and not really stop, because there is no cap. So what those plans do that come on top of original Medicare is they do give a cap to how much you would spend out of pocket in a year at very best. So that's a big advantage versus original Medicare. Anyway, there's a lot to those things. There's a lot more things to look at or consider when coming into Medicare. But that is kind of a basic rundown on at least those two products. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to help. My number is 405-321-8716 here at the office. And again, my name's Robert, and I'm with McDougall Insurance. So hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something. Signing off.